we've entered a new era in America. Congratulations. We've crossed the line. We're past the point of no return. There is no going back to normal anymore. We have been hyper politicized, and it's getting pretty dangerous out there. Donald Trump, former president, raided by the FBI. Now, Eric Trump, his son, has come out to the Daily Mail, says what really happened, and that 30 agents came and refused to hand over their warrant, kicked the lawyer off the property, rifled through, I guess, Melania's clothes, and how Mar-a-Lago staff refused to turn off the security cameras. So this is a very dangerous new precedent that we've just gone into. Starting Monday, things are getting hot. So the latest explosive account comes with the Department of Justice facing mounting pressure to explain on what grounds they had for the search. 30 agents on a phone call, they told our lawyer, you have to leave the property right now, turn off all security cameras. They would not give the search warrant. So they showed it to them about 10 feet away. This is a former president of the United States. They do not want him back in power again. They do not want him running, returning, however that may be. And if they can get him on enough stuff, they think, then that would, I guess, render him ineligible to run in 2024 because they are very scared. That's not American. If you're going to get the search warrant, just show it. That's the whole Fourth Amendment. That's what it's all about. We all have that right under the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and they just violated it. Now, they claim it's all about this missing boxes probe, but as he's sitting president, he would have the right to declassify certain documents. So it's not just, is it just part of National Archives, or is it actually like a threat to national security, or is this a political witch hunt? So it seems like they're trying to get after him for everything, especially January 6th, so they could prevent him from running again. That the FBI blocked his lawyers from the property during the raid. I believe that is illegal. I'm not a lawyer, but they should have somebody be able to just keep an eye on them, and suggested that agents may have planted evidence. Sure, I mean, if they could do it in 2016 over a phony allegation that he was a Russian spy, then why couldn't they do it now? They have every reason to not trust the FBI. So everybody was asked to leave the premises. They wanted to be left alone without any witnesses to see what they were doing. And it was just apparently only to see the boxes. Well, if that was the case, then what do you care whether the cameras are on or whether the lawyers can see you doing it? Then it's just peace of mind for everybody. So it's more reason not to trust the FBI. And if it was just for like these 15 boxes or whatever, why are they in there for 9 hours? 30 agents, 9 hours inside those 128 rooms, searching the 3,000 square foot private quarters, searched the master bedroom, and apparently they went through Melania's wardrobe. I mean, what are they looking for? They're not being truthful. They're not being transparent. They're lying and gaslighting, and they wouldn't even show the warrant. But in order to obtain the warrant for a raid, the FBI would need to prove probable cause and conduct the search in a timely manner. Agents just can't poke around someone's home in a case like this. Yeah, tell everybody to get out and then spend 9 hours in your house digging through everything when apparently it was only about these specific boxes for the National Archives. Where is the national security threat? It doesn't seem like there is one unless they can say something. They don't have to give you the exact information, but then they'll just play this game that they keep playing. Oh, we don't comment on ongoing investigations. Forget the FBI. They have been weaponized against the people, and it is sickening to see this happening in our country. Unless, of course, you're a corrupt, swamp creature in Washington, and you want business as usual, then yeah, you hate Donald Trump. You want to get rid of him as much as willing to do anything it takes to make sure that he's gone and that he can never come back. So the Justice Department has been investigating the potential mishandling of classified information since the National Archives and Records Administration said it had received from Mar-a-Lago 15 boxes of White House records, including documents containing classified information. Is that worth raiding somebody's home over, especially the former president? Or sitting one. Trump has previously maintained that the presidential records were turned over in an ordinary and routine process. The archives wanted to corroborate whether or not Donald Trump had any documents, but this thing could have been handled much, much differently. Even if he's stonewalling, what is it that is that important to conduct an actual raid on somebody like that?
We've heard a lot about the Presidential Records Act now, and have for quite some time. If this becomes a Presidential Records Act violation, not more, do you think it is enough to warrant all of this?
No, it's not enough to warrant all this. And this is a daring and dangerous move by the Department of Justice to serve a warrant on a former president and to raid his personal residence.
There's a really weird twist, as it turns out that the judge who signed off on the FBI raid in the Mar-a-Lago mansion represented Jeffrey Epstein, is a Lolita Express pilot, his scheduler, and a Yugoslavian sex slave. This is where it gets off the rails. And it's Bruce Reinhardt, who represented several employees of the billionaire pedophile. So, of course, they didn't raid anybody on his clients list or Ghislaine Maxwell. So Bruce Reinhardt left the U.S. Attorney's Office over a decade ago to set up a private practice and help staff members, including his Lolita Express pilots and his scheduler for Jeffrey Epstein. He was accused in a lawsuit of breaking the Justice Department's policy by using information from his previous job to benefit in the private sector. Of course, he denied that. Now, meanwhile, he's also revealed he donated to Barack Obama's campaign 2008, but also Jeb Bush, another swamp creature from the other party, in 2015. And there he is with his good pal Epstein. So what would possess a person to deal with Jeffrey Epstein, this creepy pedophile, and you want to go out of your way to try to defend him, unless you're you're protecting the crew of the Lolita Express, which was the plane that Jeffrey Epstein, this billionaire pedophile, would fly back and forth to the Virgin Islands, where he had all of his underage sex slaves, and then he had, of course, this sex slave from Yugoslavia. And, of course, you got Ghislaine with Sarah Kellen, the former assistant of Epstein, who was represented by Reinhardt. And here's what I'm getting at, and here's one of my own tweets. Now, I'm not making any accusations, but if I were playing detective, I would say that Judge Reinhardt could be a completely compromised kid diddler that would do anything to keep his sins a secret. And that's what I've suspected long, is that they get people up in D.C. or judges or powerful people that they can get serious blackmail and dirt on, and that they can use for political means whenever they need to. So if they said, hey, we got to go raid Donald Trump's house, who do we find? Oh yeah, let's get one of these pedos to do our bidding, because they don't want to get exposed if we threaten them. So, and you can see by the Robbie Starbuck tweet, this is the judge who signed off on raiding President Trump. And if you wrote that into a movie script, the studio would laugh at you because it's such unbelievable corruption. It is what's sad. It's like we are living in a bad Hollywood movie, and it just continues to get more absurd, except we are leading towards tyranny, and that is pretty terrifying. Here's a tweet from Ford Fisher saying the IRS is now hiring new special agents. So on Sunday, they passed this bill through the Senate, the Inflation Reduction Act, where they're going to add 87,000 new IRS agents, many of which are going to be armed. So you can see where this is leading here. So they've already put out a job openings requirements. 50 hours a week may include irregular hours, be on call 24/7, including holidays and weekends. But also, this is for IRS people to carry a firearm and be willing to use deadly force if necessary. So you go from some like pencil pushing bureaucrat, doing audits on, middle class small businesses. And now you might have to, be prepared to use it if people aren't paying enough of their taxes or what have you. But this is the terrifying future that we are going towards right now. And this has got to stop. And people need to take note. And you might hate Donald Trump. You might hate his tweets. You might hate everything he stands for. But you got to think about what kind of country do you want to live in. Now, you want to live in Make America Great Again. That seems great. Or do you want to make America more like China again? Or like Hitler's Nazi Germany? Or, Castro's Cuba? Or Stalin's Soviet Russia? Because this is where it's going. If you're going to have a politicized FBI that are going to be going after political enemies, and then you're going to have an armed IRS shaking down the middle class and small businesses and auditing people, and if you don't comply, you're going to armed agents coming to your door. Meanwhile, they're probably going to disarm the American people. Do you see where this is going?